up? It's Cinema Shogun here, and I know that the majority of people who watch this channel probably never even heard of B2K. And they damn sure probably don't know who Raz B is. But if you don't, they were a boy band, like a R&B boy band that was really popular when I was younger. And a certain story caught my interest recently, and I simply could not pass it by. Because on this channel, we talk about a lot of different things. We like to talk about some of the weird stuff that goes on in Hollywood and some of the horrible things that have been done to these child stars. We've talked about Amanda Bynes and Britney Spears and how Hollywood has affected their mental health. And we all know, let's be honest, that there is a very dark and evil side of Hollywood. And a lot of those people out in Hollywood, a lot of those famous people, they're kind of evil. And a lot of them have a thing for kids. Let's just say that. So this story was a story that I simply couldn't just glance over. It's something that interests me. I know it might not interest my audience as much at the surface level, but once you dig into this story, man, oh man, it's scary. It's downright scary, but it's also something that I know some people find shocking, but to me, I look at this and I'm like, yeah, this is a perfect example, a carbon copy of what we see all the time in Hollywood. Well, anyways, Raz B is a member of the boy band B2K. Like I said, they were very popular back in my day. Eventually, they broke up. They pursued their own little solo gigs. Some of you may have heard of Omarion. He's in stuff like that. So this group broke up, they went their separate ways, and eventually Raz B spoke out and said their manager, a guy by the name of Chris Stokes, he claimed that Chris Stokes was inappropriate with him. Let's just say that. And that Chris Stokes touched on him and did a lot of things back in the day. We're not going to go into full detail about that because YouTube will simply not allow me to recant some of the things that Chris Stokes allegedly did to Raz B. Raz B also claimed that I believe Marcus Houston did some inappropriate things as well, but he also said that Marcus Houston was a victim of Chris Stokes. So this is just another classic example of all of these wild stories that we hear from Hollywood. That these young actors, these young singers and entertainers, they're taken advantage of at an early age by predators. Let's just put it like that, by predators. Now, these claims have been out there for years. It's not really a secret. If you know who B2K is, then you know of these claims. They've been widely talked about. Like I said, it's been out there on Front Street. And it's not like these claims were baseless claims. There's a lot of things that have happened over the years. There's a lot of things that have been said. There's other people who have come forward. There's been recorded conversations. There's a lot of evidence out there that supports these claims. But nothing has really ever been done. Well, a few days ago, Raz B released a message on social media taking back these claims, claiming that this guy, Chris Stokes, never did anything to him, and that these people never did anything to him. They're innocent. He's sorry. I mean, this is just me. I'm not saying word for word. The post is right here, but basically, he retracted these claims. Long story short, saying that now he's grown and he realizes he was wrong and that he took out his frustration in the wrong place and blamed the wrong people, yada yada. Now, when I saw this post, it really stuck out to me. And it really gave me like a tingle, a shiver down my spine. It made me feel really weird. Because I'm not someone who's followed up with this. Like, I haven't dedicated, my life to following up with this story, but I'm someone who's loosely followed up with it over the years. And I've seen the evidence come out. I've seen the claims. I've heard, the various things that have been said over the years. And when I see this post, I'm sitting here scratching my head like, this does not feel right. This does not feel right at all. This almost feels forced. I don't know if I should be looking at Raz B like, hey, why in the hell would you make these false claims about someone and put this type of dirt on their name? That is just horrible. You should be locked up for making these types of claims, honestly, if they're false. But I'm looking at it and I just don't buy it. I didn't buy that after all of these years that he would just out of nowhere, out of the blue, just retract these claims and act as if all of this stuff never happened. So I thought it was weird, but I went about my life and I kind of even forgot about the post even being a thing until Raz B releases this video on Instagram claiming that he is afraid. That he is afraid. As if someone is out to get him, and he is in like the lobby of a hotel. You can tell he is paranoid. If you want, you can go look up the full videos online. They're playing a lot of music in the background, so YouTube won't allow me to play the whole video here. But I am going to try to snip out just a couple of little clips so you all can have a better understanding of what is happening here. Because the guy looks scared. He's pacing around, asking people for help, asking people to send my friends, send anyone. I am scared right now. I do not feel safe. He just keeps saying that he does not feel safe. Let's go ahead and see if we can watch a couple of these clips, and then I'll be right back with more because it gets crazier than this.
All day I've been trying to clear miscommunications up, but I'm letting everybody know right now that, Joseph, I need you to call me right now. Because let me tell you, I don't feel safe. I'm in Kansas City. I'm at the Hilton Hotel. And I'm telling everybody right now, Raz B does not feel safe. Pull out an APB for Raz B in Kansas City. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. I'm telling everybody right now, I don't feel safe. So I plead the blood of Jesus. Guess what? They're not taking me out. So we about to fix this shit tonight. They're not taking me out. So what's up? I'm in Kansas.
So he's releasing these videos and he appears to be afraid. He says that he doesn't feel safe. He drops his location and everything so everyone knows where he's at. And to me, it seems like he's trying to stay around people because he doesn't really want to be alone in this moment because he doesn't know what's going to happen. Now, this comes days after he suddenly, for no apparent reason, retracts these claims about this guy who's a kind of a powerful guy in the music industry, about this guy touching him inappropriately when he was younger. He retracts these claims. No one understands why. And then a few days later, he's saying that he doesn't feel safe. But the story doesn't end there. Eventually, some things happen and he goes to the hospital. At some point while in the hospital, Raz B breaks out of the window. You are about to watch, you're probably watching it right now if YouTube allows it. He breaks out of the hospital window He's standing on the hospital roof, looking like he's threatening to jump off the roof. The fire department had to show up. They placed mats on the ground just in case he jumped. The police department showed up. They eventually talked him into coming back into the hospital. But all of this weird stuff happened within a span of a few days. We go from retracting claims that this dude, or multiple people, let's just say music industry executives, were touching you inappropriately and doing inappropriate things with you. You retract those claims. Then you show up paranoid in a hotel lobby telling people that you're not safe. And then you wind up in a hospital that you break out of, and it appears that you're about to jump off the roof. What is actually happening here? Because when I saw that social media post, listen, I'm not in this person's shoes. I don't know what's going on. But when I saw that social media post, it made me feel icky. It made me feel like maybe he was kind of being forced to do that. Then a couple days later, the dude says he's scared for his life. And the next thing I know, I'm seeing videos of him looking like he's about to jump off the roof of a hospital. So what is actually happening here? I can't tell you. All I can do is connect those dots for you. What happens next will be very telling. I'm sure they'll brush this under the rug and they'll pretend like this never happened, which is why I made this video to highlight it. Because weird little things like this happen all the time and people seem to forget. But we need to start collecting this type of evidence and focusing and talking about this type of stuff, because the reality is, I think the veil has been lifted. The curtains are opening and we are starting to get a peek at the true nature of Hollywood and the entertainment industry. We've known for years the conspiracy theories and stuff have been out there about how wicked these people really are. But now, in today's day and age, it's starting to get exposed more and more. And instead of turning a blind eye towards it, I want to hyper-focus on it. Because the reality of whatever is going on behind the scenes in the entertainment industry, it needs to get exposed. We have way too many examples of this at this point. Of young child stars, young teen stars, who have these horrible stories about what have happened to them. And 90% of these people seem to get totally destroyed by the entertainment industry. How many of these people go crazy? I mean, I would have to sit here all day if I had to list all of the child stars that just went off of their rockers. Child stars that I grew up watching that now are shells of what they used to be. Because they have been damaged, they have been eaten, they have been chewed up and spit out by Hollywood and the people in control, and the higher ups and the richer people, the more powerful people. They have been allowed to do this for years. No consequences, nothing. Nothing's happening to these people. Meanwhile, these child stars that entertained us while we were growing up, they're I don't even know what to call it. Like, you can tell I'm at a loss for words right now, because all of these people who we watched growing up, and it seemed like they were so full of life and joy and talent, and you see them now and it's like, what in the hell actually happened to you? You can tell these people got skeletons and demons in their closet. That wicked, evil stuff has been done to these people. And no one's being held accountable. And it's time that those people be held accountable. Now, as far as this Raz B situation goes, I don't fully understand or know what's happening here. I just know that it looks shady. And I don't trust this situation. And I am hoping, fingers crossed, that Raz B has some people in his corner that are really there for him, because boy, oh boy, does he need them right now. And instead of laughing away a lot of these people's problems, we need to start understanding that what is happening to them in Hollywood, they're trying to normalize that in mainstream culture now. So you may look at these child stars and like, oh, these rich actors and singers, who cares? But a lot of what they've done to those kids in Hollywood and in the music industry, they now want to do to your kids in schools and places like that. So I think it's time that we start paying attention. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.